Yeah, we're here, baby.
Oh. Hey, girl.
How you doing? How's everyone doing?
Hello and welcome to episode 5 of Insert Name Here.
Chunky Lemon Podcast. Woo!
Your Lost Boys. No, it's Your Lost Boys.
Tweet at the Chunky Lemon Podcast if you agree that the name should continue to be Chunky Lemon Podcast.
I mean, it's a marketing nightmare.
It is a marketing nightmare. Your Lost Boys. We're lost. We could have a TV show, a
Do
YouTube
my sunglasses
channel.
look good?
We could go into space, and the name is relevant, guys. It's relevant.
Chunky Lemon featuring the Lost Boys. There you go.
That
done.
makes no sense. It makes no damn sense.
Neither of those statements make sense. Chunky Lemon, what the fuck?
How about our company be Chunky Lemon Limited? Ooh. And but our brand.
No.
is Your Lost Boys.
Our publishing company is Chunky Lemon Studios.
Yes.
Guys, at the moment, I've got the structure and we are on the intro. And let me just say, you guys are smashing it so far. So
Fucking
keep that
crushing
energy.
it. We are crushing it.
I am just like sweating over here as well. I don't know about you. It's just...
How are you all? You all right?
I'm as well as I was when you asked that like 2 hours ago.
I'm so kind of that. 6 days ago, I was great. And now today,
man, everyone
I'm
knows. Tell them the truth. Tell the public. Tell the audience. Tell the 37 listeners the truth. We are recording back to back.
We did back to back because I think no one could be asked in a week, basically. I think I was.
No.
You want the truth? You want the truth? Don't try and count the bits you do and do not want. I will unfilter you. This is open source shit.
Right. Well,
I can do midweek. I think one midweek and one weekend is better than forcing it out of my system.
Oh man,
First thing
honestly,
on a Saturday
it's forcing
morning.
out of you right now.
I haven't even had my eggs yet. Shit.
I just thought like having a whole week to get your shit together, dog, would be. Yeah.
Right, so I wanted to trial something. I thought of something this week called the Cyberspace Sinkhole. The Cyberspace Sinkhole.
Oh shit!
Wow.
So the concept of this is basically we take it in turns to try and find the weirdest shit we can find on the internet. Have a little chatter about it. You know what it's like, 2 a.m, can't sleep, you get lost in a hole on YouTube.
Yeah,
Doom scrolling, I believe.
They called him the Doom Scroller.
Infinite loop of pain.
So, to start us off with this lovely new segment, I thought I would introduce you all to the legend.
Oh, I'm scared.
The legend of the Trumpet Man.
The trumpet man, eh?
Oh, I'm so concerned.
It sounds your sick mind, Clive, is making this way more dirty than it actually. It's not dirty at all.
It's not rusty
Okay,
either,
so
is it?
It's actually. It turns out the video I found is actually 7 years old, and I'm that late to the party that I've only just found it. But the Trumpet Man is so. It starts with a gentleman on the street busking, doing his hardest
So far.
to play a trumpet, and the Trumpet Man isn't actually a trumpet man. So it's in New York somewhere, some guy busking on the street, and this 4-foot little weird guy comes up screaming in the thickest like New York accent you ever heard, like, "You're a disgrace! Like, you can't even hold a note! Where's my cologne?" And
I'm walking here.
I'm walking here. I can't do the accent. I'm not doing it justice. But it proceeds. It basically is 10 minutes of this man berating this poor guy trying to play his trumpet on the street. And just to give it a bit more sort of context, it turns out that the man doing the shouting is
Crazy.
he has his own website. He's like this artistic curator of like the art. But the thing that there's a few things that really make this fantastic. Is that first off, the man playing the trumpet, he isn't actually that good at it.
What? So the shouting man is justified. Like he's justified
in a way. Yeah, he is justified, but it's the way that the trumpet player reacts. Like, yeah, okay, he can't play the trumpet that well, but this guy's all up in his jazz, just being an asshole.
Joe Malone wants his shoes back.
So he combats this by continuing to play the trumpet in this little man's face as he's and it's just the culmination of this little guy losing his shit, saying crying, he's like pissing all over the arts, while this other guy just puts the trumpet directly in his face, just sort of going as this tiny New York man just
goes mental,
screams at him, and he's got a little man bag, and he's there threatening to hit him with the bag.
You stop right now.
Honestly, it's the funniest shit I've ever seen in my life.
The trumpeter's justified. Am I on the right side of the internet? On this one?
For sure.
Like, if someone comes up, you're not hurting anyone, you're not very good, but you're just trying to, say it's like late at night and he won't stop. Maybe, that's grounds for like, look, you're shit at this, go home. But if it's during the day and he's just trying to give a gift of music to the world, and someone comes up and starts screaming in his face that he's terrible. Just keep playing. Playing.
Yeah, if that was me, I would stick the trumpet right in that dick's face.
Nah, he did it without.
Give him the old one.
Violence, though. He did it we did it with sound, mate. He beat him with sounds. That's good. It makes me want to actually like it makes me
go out and be terrible at music.
Yeah, it makes me want to learn it. Just really smash them in.
So there you are. You're welcome. I've given you a little nugget, a little golden nugget.
So I gotta go on YouTube later and find out Trumpet Man.
If you put in Angry Trumpet Man, I'm pretty sure you get a top link. But
I just want to say that was a lot more wholesome than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah. It's not. Yeah, we're not making this. This isn't called the cyberspace filth.
We're on the right side.
It's a sinkhole, not a filth hole. That's important. But you found a story from the internet which was on the roughly like 5% of it, which isn't violence and porn. So that's nice.
I mean, if you took away the violence and the porn, there would just be one website.
No one would go there. Yeah.
Bring back the porn.
Guys, I have that story about violence. If you want, it is great. If you want to go into this, honestly,
let's do this.
Internet
violence.
Honestly, it's great. I'll keep it short and sweet. It's called, and it's an article. It's called Pepsi Number Fever, and it's also called the 349 incident.
Oh, this sounds like
it's
I
deep.
don't know. It sounds important.
Here we go. This is what I read this week. All right, here we go. So, the Pepsi Number Fever is also known as the 349 incident, and it was a promotion held by Pepsi in the Philippines in 1992, which led to riots and the death of at least 5 people.
What?
Sorry, that wasn't like a laugh. That's
a summary. How good is that?
Wow.
Right, that's great. This is great. So, let me elaborate. In February 1992, Pepsi announced that they would print numbers ranging from 001 to 999 on the inside of their caps for their Pepsi, 7-Up, and Miranda bottles, okay? Which could be redeemed for prizes. Cool. So that's fine. That's nice. Very nice.
That's an
All
idea.
Good. Really
happy with that so far, yeah.
Okay. On May 25th, 1992, they did a broadcast with the grand prize for the caps, and it was the number 349, okay?
Oh.
There should have been only 2 bottles with the number 349 on the inside, okay?
Oh,
because...
shit. Somebody fucked up.
Okay.
Somebody done fucked up.
However, because of a computer error, 800,000 regular bottle caps also had been printed with the number
I thought you were just going to say 2.
349. Theoretically, to this day, those bottle caps, if they all won, should have been worth $32 billion.
Jesus. So that computer error in what is apparent, the people are supposed to be wonderful, but it is a very poor country, then turned everyone on everyone else, and there was violence because they thought they'd won a life-changing amount of money.
They thought they won. Okay, so after an emergency meeting that night with Pepsi and the Philippines, the executives at 3 a.m. made a statement where they would offer 500 pesos, which is approximately $18 to each holder as a gesture of goodwill. Okay, so this is great. The next day, at least 22,000 people took legal action against Pepsi.
Yeah, good on them.
89 civil lawsuits and 5,200 criminal complaints to the Fraud and Deception Department.
Whoa.
The next day, hang on, let me double check where I got to.
They burned an effigy.
Oh, yeah. The next day, riots took to the streets on June 24th, and a trial court had awarded $380 to each of the people that took a lawsuit against them for moral damages.
$380.
$380 each. Yeah. And obviously the riots, we won't go any further into it, but yeah, you can imagine.
God damn. And the moral of the story is
drink
just
Diet
get a Diet
Coke.
Coke.
So I was waiting to be like, let's skate over all the the social damage and just talk about the fact that we are definitely now shills for Big Coke.
Big up Coca-Cola.
Diet Coke's the best.
God,
Pepsi Max is for chumps.
To be fair, Pepsi's the only one that actually advertises. Coke don't need to advertise with us. It would be Pepsi that gives money. So we should really pick them up as well.
We now know that Pepsi killed people in the Philippines in the 90s. So
and got their hopes up.
Yeah, and then crushed them. What an evil corporation.
Yeah.
Nice.
Happy with that. Yeah,
nice segment. No, that ties together real nice. We got a man screaming at another man about musical ability and the death of Philippines over a carbonated drink.
I'll tell you what, though, I could do it.
Thank
I could smash a Pepsi now. I could.
All this talk. All this talk.
Mate, we can't flip flop between which cola company we're shills for. Otherwise, we end up getting beaten in by both of them. Clive's compliment. So I've got some more. I feel bad though because I feel like I'm psychologically torturing you. But I've got a few more compliments in my locker if you want to hear them.
Right, last podcast, Sam was mentally scarred, I think. It was too early in the morning. But now that we're 3 hours later, he might be able to take them.
He's looking sad. I was thinking maybe we should just do your compliments, Ryan. I've got a few compliments for you.
No, I can take it.
Receiving the compliments.
Clive, I can take it. All right.
Nah, these aren't as good.
I want it. No,
I don't think they're as good.
If you're gonna dish them out, do it properly. All right, go on, give them to me. If they're shit, then I'll let you know.
All right. Well,
bring it. I can do it.
To make them work, because they're pretty innocuous, I have to say them like viciously. So
yeah, I know.
Okay. All right. First one. This is like psychologically. You are hollow.
Oh, my knees went.
Mate, that's just nasty.
That's like really just like so untrue.
You're nothing.
You're all surface.
I know I adapt to different people, like in different groups. You have like a different way you approach yourself. That make me hollow, does it? That's just trying to adapt to a conversation.
See, this is why I don't think we should have taken a little break from this because it's me being mean and letting out all the harshness.
Clive, you carry on. You make this segment. You finish it where you started, right?
They started off with like a comedic tone to it, and now it's like by episode 10, it's just going to be like, I hate your mother.
Yeah.
Ryan, you are shorter than me. Which I really appreciate because it makes me feel like a big man. So thanks for that.
That was not a compliment. That was not a compliment. No, I feel good.
Was a compliment.
Is this how you feel, Ryan? Because that wasn't a compliment. I feel great.
Because I never really thought about my height until about a year or so ago, and then I looked at a load of pictures, and I am the shortest person in
Are you
any
the-
picture that's ever been taken of
Are you
me.
shorter than who's short? Callum's not very tall.
No,
He's
Ryan's
just
the
loud.
shortest.
I'm
He's
the
just
only
loud.
Yeah. Callum makes up for his height with his loudness.
Yeah,
But,
people
Ryan,
do
you are
that.
the shortest out of the group. I'm sorry to say it, but
I
about
am.
3 inches, I think you are as well.
yeah, I'm tiny.
I'm
very-
second, I think, but
I'm like
I,
a
do you know what?
little
I feel
tin of
like a
corned beef.
giant
I might
next to you,
be, I
do.
might be small, but I'm compact. There's a
Well,
lot
yeah.
in
So
there.
my compliment is
You're
I
tight.
like your height because it makes me feel good about myself.
That wasn't a
So
compliment.
that
I feel
wasn't-
great
that was-
though. I feel good. Thanks for that.
Man,
compliment.
that-
it's
it
nice to be
does-
on the
yeah.
other side of the compliment.
Sam,
scale.
it hurts, doesn't it? I'm just gonna go.
Honestly, it's battery, mate. Emotional battery.
Right. And the next one, because you're right, we've just got to get through it together. All three of us. We're going through this
Let's hold
process
hands and
together.
do it. Go on.
So my next insult for you, Sam, is
Bring it.
this is just a bit more pedestrian. It's
Hmm.
something unpleasant. You are a used plaster. You know, like if you're ever like a public pool or like communal
Oh, do you know what?
shower
I was
somewhere,
thinking about a pool as well.
and you see-
Yeah, it's the pool changing rooms, right?
yeah,
Oh,
exactly. And you see a little discarded
I was thinking of a pool.
plaster with like a
Oh.
little stain on the inside of it.
cold and saturated.
That's just taking me back to like year 7 PE.
yeah, you know what I'm
Oh.
talking about. It's disgusting, isn't it? And the
Your
idea
ankles
that
feel weird afterwards, don't they? My ankles feel well weird. It's always
The
the
So,
swimming pool was just one giant verruca, wasn't it?
Oh.
It's just like a living mass. Like
verrucas. I've not thought
Do you
about.
want to
having
know a good
verruca.
story about verrucas?
I
Always.
don't know.
Always.
I caught-
What
I
other
caught-
answer to that question? It
I-
could be anything other than yes, please. Tell me.
I
about
went
verruca.
I went to
Nom, nom,
Australia.
nom, nom, nom.
I went to Australia 8 years ago. I caught a verruca on my pinky. I managed to cut it all off. It went around the whole toe, so it's just like
Oh.
one big white toe. I chopped it all off with the scissors, so it all cut through.
Ah, is that
But
what
I-
you do for verrucas?
I
You
had
just
to,
cut
mate. It was
them off?
savage. It's so aggressive. But get this, I had one on the bottom of my other foot, like between the two big toes on the base and the heel. Not the heel, but like the
The ball of your foot.
yeah, it's like the ball of my
Yeah.
foot. So I got one on the ball of my foot, and I still have it to this day.
Oh,
Yeah.
mate. Remind me to wear flip flops next time around. your house.
Honestly, it's bad, isn't it? I've tried to get rid of it, but it's so deep in there. I get scissors and like cut straight into the middle. And I
Oh.
like scoop it out and like pull it all out, but it just doesn't get rid of
Man,
it.
Is this good content? It's giving me like
No.
Well,
Then
that is that
insults and-
that insult has many layers. doesn't it, to-
we
to
should
get
just
to it.
seal off this whole segment. It's a toxic dump.
It's a
full of
toxic
feelings.
environment. Yeah, it's toxic
But
segment.
we've got to get through it. We've got to finish
Let's
it
keep
off.
going. Let's hold hands and let's carry on. Yeah.
So my next compliment for you, Ryan, is
Mhm.
I've always really appreciated that you have your own natural eyebrows and you haven't tattooed them on. So I just think that's great that you're still rocking that fuzzy look.
Jokes on you. Jokes on you when I shave my eyebrows off to reveal a tattoo of more eyebrows.
But yeah, man, I just think that's a classy move having natural eyebrows. So well done.
You are
Thanks,
authentic.
man.
Thank you for that.
Thank you. They're a bit bushy, you know.
Wow.
Do you
as
ever get
know-
it where you look at yourself and you start getting a little overcritical of
You get those
yourself and
corners, the hair and the corners of the brow sort of just curl out of nowhere, and you think, where
They
does that come
start-
from?
Mine start growing down my
What?
face.
Like a
they
wolf.
start going like way past where they should, and you have to sort
Oh.
them out every
Does
now
your
and then.
beard connect to your eyebrows? Is what you're trying to say?
Yeah, that fills in the gap.
God.
Grows down over my
see that.
cheekbones.
Well, and as anyone who knows me will know, I do have like classic like magician's eyebrows, don't I? Sort of like
Your eyebrows could be
hypnotist
spotted
eyebrows.
in a line
Only
of
Clive
8
would
people
say
at a precinct. They could
But
be.
so all I'm saying about that is I'm not one to cast like the first stone when it comes to eyebrows. So just classy move, mate. And we'll skip to the
Move past it.
last insult for Sam.
Hit me. Hit me.
Sam, you are
hard. Mm.
like a stubbed toe. to me.
God. Do you know what? It's really annoying. I get it more than most people because oddly I'm 5'10" ish, and my feet are size 11. I stubbed my toe because they're not
Oh,
the
he's
right
a
size
big
for my body. Yeah, Bigfoot boy. And
You know what they
I-
say about that?
yeah, a massive disappointment.
I was going to say big socks, mate, but it's all
A
cool.
big disappointment is what you get.
But yeah, stub toes are just hateful, aren't they? Just the most painful
Yeah.
thing, and they come out of nowhere. You're always like
Yeah.
padding around your house or your flat or your room, and you're perfectly happy, and suddenly you get walking wrong, and all of a sudden you're in just an unpleasant
You're
amount
holding
of pain.
your breath, hoping to God that the world ends before
Yeah.
the pain starts.
Crescendos, yeah. There's a little pause, isn't there?
There
There's a little
is.
moment where you're like,
Little
"Is this
bit of
gonna
delay.
hurt?"
Here
And
we
then
go.
Yes, it does.
This is a really big plus for me because this is what I like to see from most people. But Ryan's particularly good at this. Most of the time, mate, you have clothes on when I see you.
I mean,
that's a
for
statement.
our friendship group,
I just
that
want
is
to emphasize
quite an
that is most of the time you have clothes on, and I really appreciate that because I like my people to have clothes on most of the time. So good
Most,
work,
yeah.
buddy.
Way to go,
But
champ.
anyone listening, our friendship group does have a tendency of
We just get naked.
yeah. I mean, I think that's healthy. Like in
I
this
think
world
so. I
of
think yeah.
political, everyone.
it's not
when
toxic. We're going back to almost like when we're kids, when we all like run around naked. We go back to those times. There's nothing else about it. It's not shaming of bodies. We just want skin on skin.
Yeah,
love.
I just want to feel my brother's skin, my brother's belly on my
Guys,
belly.
I
And,
really don't think we should try and unpack why we get naked so much because it's coming across like slightly weird. I think we can just leave it at we like it. We like
Right.
getting naked.
we like it
We'll leave
and we
it at
love
that.
each other
Yeah.
and we
Yeah.
appreciate
A good
our
wrestle.
bodies.
No, yeah. And there we go, fellas. We made it through. 3 insults, 3 compliments.
Thank
We're
God.
all a little bit diminished from that.
Wait till you hear
but
my
we can move
therapist hears
forward.
about this.
I'm gonna
Jeez.
go cry into my pillow.
Oh, I just quit my job because I couldn't stand it. Ow. All right, cool. This week then. So last time we did was it paper round? Yeah. So second job I ever had was at the Sea Chef Fish and Chip Shop. I can say the name because I don't think it exists anymore. All right. I was like 14, 15 years old. Yeah, I did it for like 1 year. And what do you reckon my wage was per hour?
$3.55.
Oh, nice. Ryan, what do you reckon?
I'm forgetting about how low wages were back when we were like kids.
I'll tell you, it was £2.50.
Oh,
Mate, that is a slave labor.
I wasn't legally allowed to work there, was I? So I think he could just charge me anything.
Yeah, but we all had jobs before 16. didn't
Oh,
we?
yeah. My
Yeah.
first paper round was when I was 12. I think I said that before.
Mate, that is. Whoa.
You gotta get out and earn some money.
Right. Okay. Here we go. So my job title was I washed the dishes for the grills and the frying equipment because
Oh,
they didn't trust
That
me
is
like
great.
frying chips and stuff because I just ate them. So I just did all the washings. I was like the pot wash basically.
The porter. You were the kitchen porter.
Basically, yeah. And I can hands down say it was the worst job I've ever had. And I'll tell you why. These are all the things I've summarized why it was the worst job I've ever had. All right. I met a 32-year-old grandmother there. I did. Yeah.
32-year-old
32-year-old grandmother. You're about to say that's very common. I don't think it is. I was quite scared about it.
A gilf. You met a gilf. Was she a gilf?
She was 32, yeah. So her daughter worked there, and her daughter had a kid at 16, and she was 16 when she had her kid, so she was 32.
Well, that
Yeah.
is actually, when you put the maths to it, that is frightening.
Yeah, yeah, it's pretty bad. Yeah,
Weymouth, baby.
one of the fryers there, he used to like batter us like anything we wanted, and he battered us Starburst and Skittles, and they were hands down the worst things I've ever tasted in my entire life. Mainly because they were all lime flavor. Like I like lime Starburst, but battered lime Starburst, it was just horrific.
Battered matter, baby. We're back to the battered matter.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
and-
coming back.
Here we go. And oh yeah, Carnival Day. I worked Carnival Day, so where it was, you get all these like floats going down the street. It was really busy. It was savage. So I started at 8 a.m. I was 14, but remember, I started at 8 a.m. and I finished at 11 p.m. with 1 20-minute break. Right. That's a lot of-
for $2.50 an hour. That's That's hard. That's
Get
a
this,
good
though.
shift.
Get this though. I didn't get paid for the 20 minutes.
Oh.
Well, I mean, what's so that would have been a third of an hour's wage to you, which is about 80p. So
Yeah.
you were cheated out of 83p, mate.
Yeah,
That's
that
back
that
at
day,
Starburst.
That's now back then. That's 2 Mars bars, right?
pretty much.
that's-
I had to
that's-
clock in and out. I had to clock in and out with one of those old school paper slips as well to show that I actually took.
No, that's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, that's mad. And
Just
so-
showing that you'd earned your £2.50, you know.
yeah, basically. And yeah, so I lost like 20 minutes, but get this. I remember the boss being like, "Oh, we earned 11 grand today." There was no we. I literally earned about 37 quid that day or something like that, right? He earned 11 grand. I couldn't get my 20 minutes paid for. So yeah, that happened. But he gave me a lift home that night, which was really nice.
Oh, that
Oh.
makes up for it then.
It does.
What a
So-
soft bugger.
Get this though. Get this. The next night, it was Sunday, I think it was, because carnival was on Saturday. It was Sunday night, and one of the friars that worked there, he was taking all the money out of the till, and he said to me, because I was working with him, just me and him, on a Sunday night. He just said, "Oh, I'm just taking this to the night bank. I'm taking all this money to the night bank. I'll be back in a minute." I was like, "Yeah, okay, no worries." So he took all the money out and then
The
went to the
night
night bank. I don't think there is a night bank because he never came back.
I've never in my life heard of the night bank.
Yeah. So, yeah.
welcome to the night bank.
It's just got it's the day bank, but with like moody lighting.
So it was like 10 o'clock at night as well. And yeah, it took about 45 minutes for me to realize that he wasn't coming back. To which I had to ring some like assistant boss who lived around the corner. Was like, "Yeah, I think this guy's like done a runner." This is a 14-year-old kid as well, by the way. And
What, he was 14-year-old?
no, I was 14.
You were 14.
I was a 14-year-old.
He wasn't 14.
He wasn't. That's ballsy for a 14-year-old
Yeah, I was
kid.
like,
So I rang her up and then she was like, "Oh, you got to call the police." So I had to call the police, just like, "Yeah, this friar's done a runner basically." And 6 months later, they caught him in North Devon. They did.
He didn't even go that
what
far.
he got? Yeah, but to be fair, what did he steal? Like £1,000, less than that, a few hundred quid in the till?
680, I think I worked out to be around.
And
I
he
had to
got
I had to
all
go on
the
the
way from Weymouth to North Devon.
I had to get to Dorset Echo to double check it basically.
Mate, you could get a plane ticket to
I
like
know.
not
It's not-
Japan
it's not
maybe,
much,
but
is it?
somewhere, you know, somewhere pretty good.
The last little bit of my lovely my time there was I met a girl there. Ooh. Met a girl
Oh,
there.
14 years young. You were.
Yeah, I met a girl there, and we went out for 16 whole weeks.
16 weeks.
Ooh,
But it was only
wow.
14 technically because I broke up with her. And I
didn't
texted
tell her.
Yeah, I broke up with her. I texted her, but she went on holiday somewhere, and she didn't take her phone with her, or there was no reception. So I had to
Oh, you
wait
did
2
the-
whole weeks before she got a message when she got back to England.
Oh.
And it was literally agony. It was literally agony.
You did the breakup text.
The breakup text, and I had to wait.
At
two
14.
Oh, you
Oh.
scum.
On your Nokia
mate, I was
Nokia
nervous.
3310.
I was nervous. Yeah, it was a 3330, I think it was. Yeah. You're about to say that's very common. I don't think it is. I was quite scared about it.
A gilf. You met a gilf. Well, was she a gilf?
She was 32. Yeah. So her daughter worked there, and her daughter had a kid at 16. And she was 16 when she had her kid, so she was 32.
Well, that
Yeah.
is actually, when you put the maths to it, that is frightening.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. Yeah, one of the
Weymouth,
one
baby.
one of the friars there, he used to like batter us like anything we wanted, and he battered us Starburst and Skittles, and they were hands down the worst things I've ever tasted in my entire life.
gonna say,
Mainly 'cause
surely
they were
they're
all lime flavor. Like I like lime Starburst, but battered lime Starburst, it was just horrific.
Battered matter, baby. Battered matter.
Yeah,
Oh, it's
and-
coming back.
here we go. And oh yeah, Carnival Day. I worked Carnival Day, so where it was, you get all these like floats going down the street. It was really busy. It was savage. So I started at 8 a.m. I was 14, but remember, I started at 8 a.m. and I finished at 11 p.m. with 1 20-minute break. Right, that's a lot of. That's
For
pretty savage.
£2.50 an hour. That's
£2.50.
That's hard. That's
Get
a
this,
good
though.
shift.
Get this though. I didn't get paid for the 20 minutes.
Oh.
Well, I mean, what's so that would have been a third of an hour's wage to you, which is about 80p. So
Yeah.
you were cheated out of 83p, mate.
Yeah,
That's back
that
at
day.
Starburst.
I think
That's
that day I worked.
back then. That's 2 Mars bars, right?
Pretty much. I had to
That's-
clock in and out. I had to clock in and out with one of those old school paper slips as well to show that I actually took.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, that's mad. And
Just
so-
showing that you'd earned your £2.50, you know.
yeah, basically. And yeah, so I lost like 20 minutes, but get this. I remember the boss being like, "Oh, we earned 11 grand today." There was no we. I literally earned about 37 quid that day or something like that, right? He had 11 grand. I couldn't get my 20 minutes paid for. So yeah, that happened. But he gave me a lift home that night, which was really nice.
Oh, that
Oh.
makes up for it
It
then.
does.
What a
So-
soft bugger.
Get this though. Get this. The next night, it was Sunday, I think it was, because the carnival was on Saturday. It was Sunday night, and one of the friars that worked there, he was taking all the money out of the till, and he said to me, because I was working with him, just me and him, on a Sunday night. He just said, "Oh, I'm just taking this to the night bank. I'm taking all this money to the night bank. I'll be back in a minute." I was like, "Yeah, okay, no worries." So he took all the money out and then
The
went to the
night
night bank. I don't think there is a night bank because he never came back.
I've never in my life heard of the night bank.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Welcome to the night bank.
It's just got it's the day bank, but with like moody lighting.
Yeah, so basically, he left, and it took me about 45 minutes. So it was like 10 o'clock at night as well, and yeah, it took about 45 minutes for me to realize that he wasn't coming back. To which I had to ring some like assistant boss who lived around the corner. Was like, "Yeah, I think this guy's like done a runner." This is a 14-year-old kid as well, by the way. And
What, he was 14-year-old.
no, I was 14.
You were 14.
I was a 14-year-old.
He wasn't 14.
He wasn't. That's ballsy for a 14-year-old
Yeah, I was
kid.
like,
So I rang her up, and then she was like, "Oh, you got to call the police." So I had to call the police, just like, "Yeah, this friar's done a runner basically." And 6 months later, they caught him in North Devon. They did.
He didn't even go that
what
far.
he got? Yeah, but to be fair, what did he steal? Like £1,000, less than that, a few hundred quid in the till?
680, I think I worked out to be around.
And
I
he
had to
got
go- I had to
all
go on
the
the
way from Weymouth to North Devon.
I had to get to Dorset Echo to double check it, basically.
Mate, you could get a plane ticket to
I
like
know.
not
It's not-
Japan
it's not
maybe,
much,
but
is it?
somewhere, somewhere pretty good.
And this is the last bit I wrote down for it as well. Was the last little bit of my lovely my time there was I met a girl there. Ooh.
Oh, 14 years young, you were.
Producer Lizzie's looking at me in the eyes now, really like, "Ooh, where's this going?"
Producer Lizzie, close your ears a minute.
Close your ears, Producer Lizzie. Right. Yeah, I met a girl there, and we went out for 16 whole weeks. But it,
16 weeks.
Ooh,
but it was only
wow.
14 technically because I broke up with her. And I
didn't
texted
tell
her.
her.
Yeah, I broke up with her. I texted her, but she went on holiday somewhere, and she didn't take her phone with her, or there was no reception. So I had to
Oh, you
wait
did
2
the-
whole weeks before she got a message when she got back to England.
Oh.
And it was literally agony. It was literally agony.
You did the breakup text.
The breakup text, and I had to wait.
At
2
14.
Oh, you
Oh.
scum.
On your Nokia 3310.
Okay, so I thought right at the end where I thought we could go through like this. Basically, I found this list from 2017 even. So like 4 years ago of what ideas I thought I could put into the podcast, right? And I thought, why don't I go through some very quickly just to see what they're like. So number one, I talked about having a week of where we're just on Ritalin and we just see how it goes. Right. And then another idea I had was
Is this just a list of different things we can take?
yeah,
Different-
basically, yeah. The other one, and I thought, and we could do like
Crack
paint a house.
cocaine.
We could paint a house there, or we can shine people's shoes during it. Anyway, another one idea I had was we call people like our friends, and we just ring them up for no reason. So they're like, "You alright?" And you'd be like, "Yeah, you alright?" And they'd be like, "Yeah, why are you ringing?" You'd be like, "I don't know, just damn." And you can see who can get the longest conversation before they hang up, basically. It's been some painful.
Record the
That
conversation.
sounds good.
Yeah.
I'm
yeah,
up
that
for that.
sounds fun, yeah.
That is sick, right?
Totally
Uh,
up for that one.
And then I thought if we can go into like world records, so I thought what we could do is we could swim from Ireland to Scotland one day, or back, or the other way around.
Oh, one
Just
day, just
one of
smash it
those.
out.
We'll
in
just
an
smash out
afternoon.
Ireland to Scotland. We'll just swim. We'll swim that little bit in between. I think it's like 40 miles, but we could do it.
Yeah.
Be all right, won't
I
it?
was there last summer at the Gap, the closest point where the ferry goes from southwest
yeah.
Scotland, and you don't want to go swimming in those waters. Boy.
No way. Get killed by an orca, surely.
Cool. And then for the last bit, I thought, which we could start next week if you want, right? Is we could do different jobs, because obviously talk about quitting jobs and all the old jobs we used to do, but we could talk about new jobs. So I thought next week, why don't we start and become stockbrokers for a week? Ooh.
Okay.
So what I'm thinking is
Ooh.
this week, what we'll do is we'll all basically start our stock account, and we'll put our money. I'm thinking £1,000 each. Is everybody happy with that? We'll put £1,000 of our own money in, and we'll see who can make the most money.
I can turn that £1,000 into £800 in 1 week. No doubt about it.
Or it might be who makes the who loses the least. Maybe.
Think
But I thought it'd be a really good
realistically, the winner's going to be the one who's got the least money left, because we're not going to. We're not
So
going to make
yeah,
anything.
that I think. Stay tuned. That's what we're bringing next week. I think. It's a
Tasty
really
quality
good thing.
content coming your way.
Cool. And then obviously the last part of our agenda is the name. I think we agreed by the end of this episode we had to come up with.
It's
a name,
episode
right?
5. We need a name.
Yeah, it's done. It's not even fun anymore. It's
It's
no,
not.
it's-
We didn't
It's
talk
Chunky
about it in the
Lemon.
last episode. It was that week, so we need to.
no,
need to
we
put a-
did.
Put our
We
foot
did at the
down.
start of the
When
episode.
you put our foot down, just decide, and let's hash it out very quickly for 40 seconds if we need to.
What's happening on Planet Chunky Lemon?
I still
Yeah.
think Your Lost Boys is the best, personally. I think that's the best. It sums us up who is. Chunky Lemon sounds weird. I could tweak it maybe and be like Planet Lemon, maybe. I'm not having Chunky in it. It just sounds so bitter and malicious.
No, yeah, that's because you're taking it because it was aimed at you. This
big, fat, sweaty lemon squeezing out juice.
full of bitterness and just. All right.
Okay.
Well, let's just call it Your Lost Boys then.
Yeah, you're lost, boys. Agree? If we're all, I don't like confrontation.
Well, hang on.
most
Before
of the
before
time,
we
so-
agree, how about I made a little intro? Have a little listen to this. I did it like instead of doing some work, I did it at like 12:30 at night, and I thought have a little listen to my intro for what we could have. We could change it, but listen to the tune and what it sounds like with the word "Your Lost Boys" in it. Go for it.
A warning.
Why?
So they have no idea what the podcast is about.
Why is it robot voice? Ah,
They
it's
do
so
not
loud.
know who the show is for. And they don't have a clue what they're
Ah,
doing. But one thing they do know is that they are lost. And we are all in it together. Well, hello. It's Your Lost Boys.
Oh, fuck yeah. This is rad, man.
Thank you. I'm glad you agree.
Da-da-da-da-da, 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 da-da-da-da-da. Yeah, no, I like it, but change the voice.
Yeah. You can.
That's it. That's
The words
no.
are right. Yeah, and I like the tune. Yeah, it's good.
Do you not like? I thought the robot voice was fantastic. I thought that was great.
I like the
yeah,
robot
we can stick with it.
voices.
Mate, I'm impressed. Well done.
I thought
Thank
the words
you.
were good, and I thought the tune was good. Just my first instinct was I didn't like the
Pumping.
robot voice.
Absolutely pumping. I'm ready to just fucking jump.
Exactly.
into
Imagine
a
doing
mosh
that and then just go woo woo woo.
If anything, all we could do is add in some vocals of like, "You're lost boys." Yeah.
Oh yes. How good is that?
Over the doo doo doo. Is that music copyright though?
Yeah, it's Daft Punk. Do you like Your Lost Boys? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, do
Well,
it,
that means
do
we
it.
hammer this hard now. It's Your Lost Boys. We'll get the socials lined up.
Really good because I bought the domain last week.
Well, yeah, because the only reason I give in is because I can see that Chunky Lemon was like physically hurting you. So
It makes me twitch, man.
I'm gonna name every segment. Every segment is gonna be called Chunky Lemon something.
Mate, I want someone to come up to me with a little lemon tattoo. Maybe that'd be quite cool.
There you go then. You're lost, boys.
That's the end of this.
I think that's taken more out of me than any of them so far.
Yeah, double episode.
I got nothing.
No.
I am
We'll start
gassed
doing the
out.
midweek one again, fellas? But
So thank you for listening. We love you. Any health workers out there, we love you. And,
Thanks so much and good night, everybody.
Good night. Good night.
bye. Fuck.
Fuck you.
You fucking sluts.